Calling this meeting of the Vader City Council to order at 6:01. Is that what? Okay. She's got it.
That's fine.
Okay.
And on June 13th, 2019. Should we have a roll call?
Okay. Randy Hall.
Here.
Jason Daly. He has not contacted me to say he was not going to be here, so this is something we haven't talked about, Lois, but
Okay.
That would be an unexcused absence, and someone from council would need to pass a motion to consider him unexcused.
I just
Shall we
talked
wait
to
a
him.
minute or two?
We can always undo it. I'll make a motion to consider Jason's absence unexcused.
Excuse. Okay.
And so that's not going to be on your script, Lois, so you're just going to have to do it from memory, a motion.
Okay,
So
the motion's been
restate
made that Jason's unexcused absence. Do I have a second?
Can you state who made the motion?
Yeah,
Joe.
Joe. Joe made the motion.
We'll undo it if Jason.
I'll second it.
Okay, thank you. And are you done with the roll call, I guess?
Well,
Yeah,
no,
you did.
you've got to finish the motion.
Oh,
You call the vote.
is there a vote?
All in favor?
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, say nay.
Motion carries.
Motion carried.
Okay, now I'll finish roll call.
Okay.
Joe Shy,
Here.
Mike Parsons,
Here.
Leona Sander Hunter did call and ask to be excused, please, for tonight's meeting. So Mayor Wilson, are you here?
Here, I'm here.
Okay, we have a quorum, Mayor. You can move on to the next item.
We need to, I have a,
Well, we need to do the pledge, but we can't ask Leona. She's not
no,
here.
she's not here. That's who I was going to ask. Anyway, I guess I'll ask you.
Okay. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. The mayor's report is about the aluminum shipping date was changed to the 22nd and will be at 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. at the sewer plant. We need a volunteer to help John on that day. Does the council have any ideas who to get? Because we need somebody to help him.
I will actually be gone that day, but I can ask a couple people.
Okay, and when you find out, could you let
Yep,
me know?
I will let you know.
Anyway, the next thing is 2018 annual report has been filed on time with the state auditor's office, and copies of the report are available at City Hall or on the city website. And I'm glad that got done. And the CDBG application has been submitted. We should hear back from them in September this year. The income survey was successful. Due to our success, we are now qualified for this grant money every year. And I was happy about that.
I have a question.
Yes.
What was the grant for, the CDBG grant for?
It's for the water,
For the
sewer,
plant.
yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's see. And Ike Wanakawo from the Department of Commerce will be here at our next council meeting to talk to us about our comprehensive plan update. We need to finish our comp plan to get and keep funding. And does the council have any reports? Are there no reports? Do we have a motion to approve the agenda?
I'll make a motion to approve the agenda for June 13th, 2019.
Okay. And Joe has submitted, what am I, see, do we have a motion? He said that he approved the motion. And now we need to take a vote.
Oh,
A
second.
motion to approve.
Motion to approve the agenda.
If you read that second line there, Joe, do you want to show her where that is?
Oh, right
Where
here.
are
Agenda approval.
Yep.
Right here. Motion has been submitted. Do we have a second?
I'll second that.
Okay, seconded. Now we need to take a vote, right? All in
No,
favor?
no, keep reading your.
Oh,
read
the
the
motion has been seconded by
And Mike?
Mike, and is there any council discussion? No council discussion? All those in favor of the motion say aye.
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 All those opposed? All said aye, it's passed. The motion has passed. Do we have a motion to approve the minutes?
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes from May 23rd, 2019.
And a motion to approve the minutes has been submitted by, which one?
Joe Shy.
Joe. Joe, I'll get it. They have been submitted by Joe. Do we have a second?
I'll second.
Okay. Randy, right? Seconded the motion. Is there any council discussion? All those in favor of the motion say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? The motion is passed. The voucher approval. Do we have a motion to approve the vouchers?
I'll make a motion to approve the vouchers for the first half of June 2019 at $33,381.49.
The motion has been submitted, Joe, and we have a second.
I'll second.
Okay, is there any council discussion on that? All those in favor of the motion say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? The motion passed. We have a special report from our sheriff's office now.
I don't know how special it is,
Well.
but I will give you a report. Kevin Engelbertson with the Sheriff's Office. I'm pleased to see that the Board of County Commissioners has on their agenda I don't know if it was a contract, Jill, you'd know more about that, a contract between Lewis County District Court and the City of Vader, which needed to be done. So I don't know if they've actually voted on that yet, but I did see it on the list, so that's a good thing, allowing district court to have something, and you guys have something on record that district court's going to take cases we generate down here in Vader. So for the month of May, looks like there were 634 citizen contacts. A lot of those came out of the Vader May Day event. There were quite a few people down there, so we had a lot of contacts. There were a total of 23 calls for service in May. Looks like 11 of those were when we were actually on duty in Vader, and 12 while we were not on duty but responded to. 18 total traffic stops, with one of those generating an infraction. I don't see any other arrests on shift, which I guess is good. Means everybody's behaving. So nothing other noteworthy that I can think of.
Did they catch the people there was a home invasion in Napa Vine area?
We're working on that.
Okay,
We're actively working on that.
good.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
May I ask a question, if it's okay
Yes.
with council? I just was curious, I had somebody come in who is caring for an elderly parent who is in the beginning stages of dementia and Alzheimer's. And he sometimes likes to go for walks. And we were wondering if it's helpful for the sheriff's department to know about these households that might have a situation like that where, I mean, I know there've been times when someone has come in and said, oh, my mother wandered away, I can't find her, we need help, kind of thing. Is it helpful
Yeah,
to
because
notify you guys
yes,
of
because
that
we
kind
can
of
file
stuff?
it through dispatch that if we have a elderly person or someone wandering in Vader around there, they can pull up, oh, it could be this, we can
Check
put
this
it on
out.
there, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
That's good to know.
I
Okay,
can talk to you later about who it is. So.
okay, thank you.
Any other questions? Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
The first item we have now is, city business, and the first item of business is for the council to consider 2 appointments to the planning committee. I ask that the council confirm Samantha Lovelady and Donna Rogers to the planning committee. Do we have a motion to confirm the appointments? Is there discussion?
Well,
We don't have
you're both here, that's great. You're both running for office, and I don't want to say things about the future, but you're going to be up here in 6 months.
Yes.
And so,
I had kind of talked to Jill about if that would be a conflict of interest and what we would be looking at. So as long as it's not, we would work through that, right? I think that's kind of
It's
what
not a conflict of interest.
Yeah, I don't say
That's
conflict.
correct.
no, well, but you won't be on the planning committee and on the
Yeah.
city council at the same time.
Yeah, exactly.
So to put you on the planning, my thought is to put you on the,
Yeah.
it's just 6 months when
Right.
someone else could be put on there that could get up to speed, and then there wouldn't be that lag.
I don't believe anyone else is stepping forward.
Yeah.
Is wanting to, and that's where I was asked if it was something that I would consider doing. And for the short time, I don't mind. I think it'd be a good kind of predecessor for me before I get on city council, if I'm elected, to kind of have that experience first, at least on my end.
Okay,
Donna, you're a similar situation. You're not quite the shoe-in that
Right.
Samantha is, but
No, but I think we're kind of in a little emergency situation here. We need some people on the planning committee. And in that meantime, during that 6 months, maybe we can find some people
Do some
and maybe
legwork.
help them along with a little bit of training or something to get them up to speed and talk them into sitting up there. Because in my opinion, the planning committee is just as important as the city council,
I agree.
if not more sometimes. And I think we're in a really bad situation right now, and I have had a little bit of experience before, so I would like to help get this comp plan done. ASAP. So, yeah, I don't mind serving up there, and there's no guarantee that I'll be on the council, so if I am not elected, I will continue, if no one minds, on the planning committee.
I'm with Joe. I think that it takes a little bit of time to get useful, I'd say, if
Yeah,
that makes
that's
sense,
my opinion.
without being rude.
Yeah, fine.
So then during the planning committees, because right now there's 3 people on there right now that are working together, and they're working on it, and they're, as soon as they are given a task, they get that task done. So it's not like our planning committee is holding anything up. Gary Cooper, we're waiting on things from him, but if we have a meeting and half of the meeting has to be explaining everything, and then 6 months down the road we got to do it all over again, I think that we need to look for some other people. That's what I think.
Can I say something?
Hey, my hand was up first.
Go ahead.
No, she has to.
Yeah,
Oh,
Lois, you have to call on people.
Yes. Do you want to say something?
You ask council if it's okay.
Oh, is it
here.
all right?
What's up?
She-
These two spots have been open for a while, the other two people haven't been showing up for a while, and they've had a hard time getting a quorum. And so you have two people that are willing to, one is experienced, and I don't think either one of them will be, you know, a drag down of the committee, and 5 is better than 3, and I'm sure when you said we, you meant the royal we, because you're not actually on the planning committee, when you said we. So I just think that since we have two people that are willing to not only learn about city government, but also help, I don't understand the problem. I've been to these council meetings out, I can't tell you how many times, and I've actually never had any people question anything when there's been an appointment. And I think you can trust Mrs. Wilson's judgment. She knows them, and she's made a choice, and your concerns seem to be a little bit odd.
But we still need to have a motion to confirm the appointments. Does,
But if nobody makes a motion, then it doesn't happen. So
oh,
that's what has to happen is either they make a motion to confirm
do we have a
one or
motion
both.
to confirm the appointments?
Can I make another?
Yes.
What are you guys afraid of? Why would you not want 2 more heads, 2 more people that would be on there to help? Why would you not want to fill those 5 spots in case, your wife or Mr. Gross, or we've had a couple of them that we haven't had meetings because we haven't had a quorum. With only 3 people, that's going to happen more often. Now you're going to have 5. Why would you not want the opportunity to make sure you meet every month?
Council's not required to answer questions.
Oh,
You can
okay.
if you want. You can if you want, but you're not required to answer questions. But I forgot what I was going to say. I was going to say that if you don't appoint people tonight, then the next step, just in case everyone's not sure what that is, what would happen is we would need to come up with some new names for appointment that will come at the next council meeting or whenever you get somebody. So it's not like this is the end if we don't appoint 2 people, but you do need to continue to work to get appointments. If you don't want to appoint one or both of these people, then you have to work to continue to get more
Do you have more
people
names?
appointed.
Do you have anybody? I'm sorry, I
We-
apologize.
Yeah, you keep saying things, and I have actually. You probably can't see me. I keep opening my mouth, and then you start talking. I'll reiterate what I said. You were concerned that we've never voiced opposition to appointees before. But then again, we've never been presented 2 appointees that are actually on a ballot to run for office. It's not that I have a problem with these individuals personally, or that I think they would do a bad job. Not at all. I want the planning committee to be well staffed and stay that way. And if we get some folks in there that are just going to in 6 months get elected, and then we're just going to have to fill more vacancies and get more people up to speed, it's more efficient to get people in that are going to stay in for a long period. That was it. That's all I've said so far.
I understand that.
It's not an unusual thing to think. I think it's reasonable consideration. But anyway.
So if a motion to confirm the appointments have been submitted,
It
and
hasn't been submitted.
okay,
Not yet.
and we don't have a second.
Donna had her hand up.
Can I ask a question, Lois?
Yes.
I would just like to say that we are 2.5 years behind on this comp plan. And most of the time, the planning committee meetings are always canceled. There haven't been enough meetings to even get the comp plan finished. And there's 2 of us here right now that can help get that done quickly. And to keep carrying this on and put our money at risk coming in, I think is, I think there's some other attitudes here other than just we're running for office. That's just my opinion.
I'm sorry you feel that way, and it's not what it is at all. I feel that, like I said, I feel that if we wait, I'm in the attitude right now to wait 2 weeks, see if we can find a few more people, have a more concerted effort among the council and other folks in the city to find some individuals to do this for the long term and not just fill it for 6 months. That's what I'm thinking.
Well, that's
Waiting
what
2
you're saying,
weeks,
though.
waiting 2 weeks, it seems like a reasonable thing to
I know,
do.
but even with the 3 people you have here, they don't show up half the time, or you could be having meetings every month. And there's been 2 meetings in 6-7 months? 3, okay, 3 meetings. And last year, I don't even think there were 6, were there?
There have been 3 meetings in 4 months.
And that's with the 3
5
people
months.
that are here all the time, and I see Mr. Parsons down here seems to think that, he's just decided we can go with 3 people now.
We're not supposed
Okay.
to have all this back and forth,
Okay.
especially when it starts getting a little bit.
I just want everyone to know my
I just
opinion.
wanted to
This
give
is a
my
council,
opinion.
this is supposed to be a council meeting for council to discuss, and if they want to have more discussion, so there comes a point when, anyways.
Well, this just means
So if
that
if
the
no,
motion didn't pass.
I would ask them one more time if anybody wants to do a
Can I
motion.
just make one small comment?
Yeah,
Well, if council wants to hear another comment.
okay. Yes,
I apologize, Joe, I want to make it official that I didn't mean to speak over you, but I would hope, I'm just asking you to have a faith in Lois's judgment is all. And we just haven't had anybody else step up.
there hasn't been anybody.
I personally would like to wait just 2 more weeks and keep these individuals ready, and as long as you're not going to withdraw your willingness to do that, no, and try to find some people that are going to be able to do it for a longer period of time. That's my opinion.
Well,
So I'm not prepared to
Please.
make a motion.
you what?
I'm not prepared to make a motion.
You? Can you?
Okay. Then the topic dies. Well, we haven't talked about that, but the topic dies and you move on to the next topic. So you go down to city business item number 2.
The second item of business is for the council to consider Resolution 11-2019 to release retainage to Barcott Construction. Do we have a motion to approve the resolution?
I move to approve Resolution 11-2019, authorizing the mayor to release retainage for the TBI-funded A Street Improvement Project in the amount of $22,292.50 to Barcott Construction and to close out the contract.
Motion to approve the resolution has been submitted by Mike. Do we have a second?
I'll second.
Okay, Randy seconded. The motion has been seconded by Randy, and is there any council discussion? All those in favor of the motion say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? The motion was passed. Public comment. Do we have anyone signed up for public comment?
Yes, we do. We have 2 people signed up. The first person is Donna Rogers.
Okay.
Donna Rogers, 10th Street, Vader. My comments are on the planning committee and letting this comp plan go 2.5 years. And according to Jill the other day, it's going to be another 2 months before it's done. And so I can't even comprehend why this has happened and why now we only have 3 people that seem to want to make up this planning committee, and have two people sitting here that are willing to volunteer to do this for a short period of time to get the comp plan finished so that we are not in danger of losing grants and loans. This isn't some little thing you play with. This is important. So apparently it falls on deaf ears. So I'm done.
Okay, the next person signed up is Cindy Radcliffe.
Cindy Radcliffe, 1027th Street. I'm also disappointed that you didn't confirm the two people. It shows a lack of confidence, in my opinion, on Mrs. Wilson's choices. These positions have been empty, virtually empty, for months and months and months. I'm sure Mayor Smith also was looking for people to fill those because those two people have been out for quite a while, and he evidently couldn't find any. And if you find more names, yay Bob, but we have two willing people that are willing to help, and we're always asking for volunteers. And to turn two down, I think is, I don't think it was a good thing. On to some other topics, City Hall hours. I've asked and asked and asked, why don't we have the City Hall open for more than 16 hours a week? We pay for 40 hours for one clerk, 28 for the other. I don't understand why we can't not only walk in those doors for more than 16 hours a week, but we can't even call. And sometimes, after 1 o'clock, you might have an issue, but you can't come to the door, you can't call, you can't get any help. So I would like the council and Mrs. Wilson to consider opening them up, at least for the time. We have two people here for 28 hours a week, and even when they're not open, the doors are open, maybe they could answer the phones or something. I'm glad the stick pile is happening. I'm not sure why people have to wait for the sticks to be chewed up, but I'm glad that you guys authorized the money for the stick pile. The other thing is, and I mean absolutely no disrespect, but when I call or I talk to the other clerk, she's a very nice lady, but she doesn't seem to be able to answer any questions. And she always has to, I don't know why she doesn't just answer the phone. Because even something which I think would be a simple answer, I can't seem to ever get an answer. And I don't know if that's because she's not sure, or maybe they're not cross-trained, but if we could work on maybe cross-training so she could take some of the burden off of the main clerk's plate. And the last thing is the old house on B Street. We spent thousands of dollars of our tax money on that old house. Did we give up on it? Is it now no longer on the radar? What are we doing with it was the old Netter place. I don't know whose it is now, but what is happening with that? We haven't had an update in months, and we spent a lot of money on it. So if someone could possibly let those of us who paid taxes.
Well, I'd like to
Yeah,
go ahead.
But her time is up.
Oh, my time. Thank you.
So, hold on just a second, Lois. So we will have elected official comment, but we are not required to respond to any comments here. This is just a listen time. You can, employee in elected official comment period, any of you can speak during that period if you want. But just so you know, you're not required to answer any of those questions. And anything that's in legal status, we should not discuss here in a public meeting. It can be discussed in private. So, you can go on.
Do we have anyone signed up for public comment? We got that over with. Do we have any elected official comments? Is there any elected official?
Well, I would just like to say that my personal experience when we moved here 2 years ago, even though there's limited hours, we never had problems with email calls or getting any information from City Hall. And I don't see any problem with contacting or existing hours. So I don't know what kind of questions that you're asking, but that certainly counters my experience personally.
it's open for,
So anyone that's an elected official can make comment.
anybody else want to make a comment? No? Well, I guess this meeting is adjourned.
At
6:32.
There you go.